Hey guys, this is a how-to to make elven like roof slash window openings. What you're looking at here is a two-part scroll saw cutout. This is the face, which is going to be facing you, and this is going to be the side view, and this is going to be the center post that the two of these are going to be connecting up with. So what does this thing look like? See if I can do this justice here. This is like the profile view. The front is like really freaking elegant. It's got like just tons and tons of geometry to it. So this is what I'm going to show you guys how to do today. Pretty massive, pretty beefy. Like I said, it could be a roof to a small building if you extended it back. It's got a lot of potential. So what I've got here is a silhouette piece that I drew on here via, I'm doing this through the camera, guys, so sorry about that. But you get the main idea. I cut out the template, you know, I did the drawing, made a copy of the drawing, cut that copy out, and then I traced it onto my piece of 2-inch thick foam. So what I'm going to go do is we're going to cut this bad boy out, and I'm going to show you how this works. So here you go, over here. Always move slowly around the saw blade. You'll notice I've got a little cup here. I didn't go all the way to the end. I wanted this here for a reason, this little piece, and I'll show you why. It's going to act as a cradle when we do our second set of cuts. I want to hold it in place, and the best way to hold it in place is to have it actually sitting on the block that you're cutting it from. Okay, so as you can see, grab this here, sorry about that guys, there's my cuts, okay? Now that I've got this cut here, whoa, Dramamine, I need to make that cut to give me that interesting geometry. And to do that, I'm going to be utilizing that piece right there. So, let me just show you kind of quick. Can I get that the right height? Okay. So you see I've got this piece. Now, it's very important that you get this to line up properly, because this is going to translate directly over onto the face of that. And if I get it flipped, or if I don't get it spaced correctly, it's going to affect this whole plane of lines. So I've got to make sure that this plane of lines going back and forth is lining up with these planes of lines going straight down in this brick. Okay? So that is a critically important thing. So what I do to help that along is I go to the inside cut lines. What that does is it gives me, you'll notice that it's not perfect, but if you see that I've got it lined up across that top line, that little bottom line I'm going to just have to extend down. I don't know where I lost that little 1/8 of an inch or whatever it is, but it's critical that this cup piece here lines up with that slot. So I go off of my known point, which is the top. Okay? So you just go right on there. You line up your back flat. You want a flat 90 off the back to make sure that your lines are straight. And then your lines should work together. Really, you should give yourself some slop. By slop, I mean you shouldn't have two curvatures coming to the same point in the geometry of the piece, because it requires perfect alignment. And when you've done this as long as I have, you know how hard it is to get perfect alignment. But okay, so now I've got that. I take it off. That's now my line. So let's go see how this looks. Again, you want to be perfectly flat on this. You want to keep everything tight, and you want to follow your lines as closely as you can. This is not for speed, guys. This is for accuracy. You want to go slow. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, what do I got here? I've got a brick of polystyrene that has cuts along both the X and Y axis. So this should come apart pretty much. Actually, I'm going to have to set you down for this. This should come apart kind of like actually, I'm not quite sure what it would come apart as, like a 3D jigsaw puzzle maybe? So, I know that this line, oh, let's just go with, okay, so I got these two that came out, and the cool thing is you get multiple geometries from this. You get really cool stuff that you can play around with. Okay? And then, so I've gotten that. Now I'm sliding out that. And now I've got this. So I've got half of my window done. Let's check it out. Okay. This is my window half. As it is, it's got a couple little, you know, crumblies that you got to take care of, but there is half of a window. Very 3D, very geometrically interesting. And so you do two of these bad boys, right? And then you do that center one, and then you can do something like that, huh? And this is just one example of this concept. I mean, for 40K, guys, I mean, you can make freaking spaceships and stuff out of this. You can do anything you want. You just have to be slow, methodical, and you got to really understand how these things fit together, you know, from this picture and that picture. Once you get the side and the front, and then also from the top, you know, because that centerpiece has to go on there, has to look right. You'll notice that it's flush to the bottom. It's pretty much flush to the back. So this is pretty much as seamless as you can make it. So that's the example for today. It's, like I said, pretty massive, and I'll be doing more elven-y type stuff. But I mean, like, elven totally works for like eldar or dark eldar. And like I said, there's some really interesting other shapes that you can get from this. Like, look at this shape. That is so cool. Do I have another one of those? That's the one I wanted to have an extra one of, and I lost it. Yeah, I can't find it. But you can put two of these together and have like kind of a mini car, you know, jet bike kind of thing. There's just tons of stuff. Like, look at that. That could be like an elven waystone, right? This could be like a more ornate looking kind of stone. You know, it's got a little table in there for you to put something on. Maybe even put gun barrels out of it, make it a stylized turret. You know, there's tons of stuff you can do with these excess pieces. I think those are both left sides, unfortunately. Yeah. Also, like, this one failed. This one failed. It wasn't deep enough for me, but I can still use it for something else, you know? So hold on to your scraps and try this, you know, try it out. If you've got a hot wire tool or scroll saw, let her rip and do a response vid. I'll be happy to put it up. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.